So what is dichotomous thinking? The dichotomous thinking mind trap follows a black and white worldview, and according to it, everything is either a success or a failure, good or bad, 100% or 0%. Dichotomous thinking takes a situation and instead of classifying it on a spectrum, either decides that it's good or bad, and this can be particularly detrimental when this kind of thinking is applied to oneself, and it actually usually commonly happens. And those who fall into this mind trap logically begin to view everything about themselves as either perfect or failure. And practicing dichotomous thinking can be very helpful to your self-image, and it makes it harder for you to bounce back after you face a failure. So let's look at an example of dichotomous thinking.
Oh, the econ test scores are out. 83? That's not bad, I guess. But I just don't understand. I studied so hard for this test, and all I could pull off was an 83%? I guess I just don't really understand economics at all. I don't know if it's even worth it to keep trying if I'm just going to end up failing like this.
The primary method for coping with dichotomous thinking is to challenge the thought. And this process involves identifying the thought as irrational and then examining its validity. And in dichotomous thinking, it's important to recognize that in most cases we perform on a spectrum. It's not everything's a complete success or everything's a complete failure. And practicing seeing both sides of the situation. And in most cases, a situation has both good and bad aspects, and many people find it helpful to go through this process by writing it down, such as in 2 columns where you compare the good and bad aspects, or writing down the irrational thought in 1 column and the rational thought on the other column. But whatever you choose to do, just make sure that you're examining the thought and reconstructing it to one that is less black and white. So let's look at an example of dichotomous thinking and how to cope with it.
83% is barely anything. I completely botched that test. 83% is definitely not what I was hoping for, but I definitely had a pretty solid understanding of most of the material. Evidently, I don't understand economics at all. I guess I don't understand economics as well as I thought I did, but I have a good foundation and I can work hard to get ready for the next test.